Welcome to the ARDA.com's tutorial on how to find information on local religion. In this tutorial, we will go over how to access U.S. Congregational membership reports, how to create a membership map for an individual state or the entire United States, and lastly, how to generate an interactive map of congregations in your local area. To begin, let's click on the U.S. Congregational Membership tab on the homepage. The ARDA's membership reports come from the 2010 Religious Congregations and Membership Study, a nationally representative study conducted every 10 years on adherence in congregations in the United States. Now we can browse reports by the county level, metropolitan level, state level, and national level, but anything more fine-tuned than the county level would not be available. For this example, we're going to enter the zip code for Fulton County, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to click Go, and then we're taken to a county membership report. At the top of the screen, you will notice 6 major religious traditions and the number of adherents that belong to that tradition in the area. Now, if you are not familiar with these categories of religious traditions, you can always click on one, which will take you to a page describing those denominations and what they believe, along with specific examples of denominations that belong to that religious tradition. Returning to our membership report, we can scroll down and look at individual religious groups. These groups are listed along with their tradition, religious family, number of congregations, number of adherents or members, and the adherence rate. Now, you may not be familiar with this term, but an adherence rate is really just the number of adherents or members that belong to a particular religious group per 1,000 population. What does this mean? Well, if you look at Episcopalians and the adherence rate is 8, this means 8 out of 1,000 people in the county are Episcopalian. As we will see, this is actually a very helpful way to compare religious groups across different counties and states when population sizes differ. Now, what is really helpful about these membership reports is that the listings can actually be reorganized. You can reorganize it by religious tradition, religious family, by number of congregations, by number of adherents, and the adherence rate. Just click on a particular column heading to do this. Another great feature of our membership reports is you can actually look at older reports going all the way back to 1980. In this way, we can actually look at change over time in the number of congregations and adherents. Now, not all denominations will allow you to look at change over time. There are a variety of reasons for this. Sometimes certain denominations were so small that they weren't detected at earlier surveys, or it's possible that a denomination just developed in the region over the last 10 years. In any case, we still want to be careful when we see any change in denominations over time. As shown in a disclaimer at the bottom of the page, certain religious groups, in trying to conform to the standards of the survey and to get more accurate estimates, changed up their methodology in 2010 relative to past surveys. Although we get more accurate estimates, this also can distort growth and decline in these groups. So be very careful. Returning to the RCMS homepage, we are now going to generate a membership map, which can be mapped out on the national or state level. For this example, we're going to look at it on the national level. Now, we can map out a variety of different variables. We can map out major religious groups, individual religious groups, measures from the US Census, or crime-related measures. For this example, we're going to look at the adherence rate for evangelical Protestants. As the darker shading indicates, there are higher rates of evangelicals in southern states. We can also see evidence of this listed in the table below the map, where Alabama, Oklahoma, and Mississippi have the top 3 rates of evangelicals. Scrolling back up, you can always change out the map without going back to the previous page. Under related maps, for example, you can look at the total number of evangelical congregations. But with this measure, keep in mind that the estimates might be a little more biased toward population size, so larger states tend to have more congregations. We also have additional features under related maps, where you can either change out the map completely or add a second map. By adding a second map, we can actually compare and contrast adherence rates by religious tradition. So whereas evangelicals tend to be concentrated in the south, Catholics tend to be concentrated more in the northeast. Returning to the RCMS homepage, we are now going to generate an interactive GIS map and community profile. First, we enter our zip code, then click Display Map. You will now see a map of your local area with little diamonds representing individual congregations. Hover over an individual diamond to get additional information, like its address and denomination. Now let's create a community profile. On the right of the screen, we will need to enter a radius. In this case, let's enter 3. Next, clicking a point on the map will select a center point for the radius. Now that we have identified our area, let's click Profile. This community profile provides a report for the complete census block groups that overlap with the radius selected in the previous section. So now we get detailed information about this area. For example, if we click on Religion, we will get a list of congregations in this area. We also have additional tabs to look at housing in the area, employment and income, gender, age and marital status, and racial composition of the area. You should now be prepared to find information on local religion. Thank you for watching the ARDA.com's tutorial.